And thank you very much again for the invitation. It is a very important event, and I hope that many other important events in presenting our results in science will be carried out in Dubai, because I would like to be in person and to come to visit Dubai, not only to present the results of our work. So today, my talk is on new technologies on CBD, which is one cannabinoid. I suppose all of us know that, screen sharing, sorry. Okay, all of us know that cannabis sativa is the plant which today so many groups of scientists are looking to see what they can explore and investigate. In this plant, we have more than 100 cannabinoids. The most important and studied up to now are the tetrahydrocannabinol, or the THC, and cannabidiol, the CBD. In fact, my group worked on cannabinoids, transdermal delivery of cannabinoids many years ago, starting from 1988. And we have the first two publications worldwide in THC, showing that we are able to deliver THC across the skin. In these studies, we use the carrier composed of oleic acid, propylene glycol, polyethylene glycol, and ethanol. And we carried out the autobiography of the animal skin, finding that THC is located in the stratum corneum, in the upper epidermis, and around the hair follicles. And the pathway for penetration for THC is through the lipophilic pathways. Also, we carried out a pharmacokinetic study, and we have found that we are able to see the THC in the blood for 70 hours after the administration, with a quite high serum level of THC of 50 nanogram per milliliter, maintained for in a nice plateau for 24 hours. The second molecule, which is very important, is the CBD. And this molecule, which is in contrast to THC, has a very safety profile, is non-psychoactive, no side effects, and has many potential applications. You can see here a wide range of uses of CBD. However, in fact, the approved products are only two. We have Sativex, which is an oral mucosal spray, but containing both THC and CBD, which is approved in Canada, New Zealand, and Europe. And this is for multiple sclerosis spasticity, and Epidiolex, which is the oral solution of CBD for children with epileptic seizures. However, to formulate CBD is a challenge. Why? Because CBD is very lipophilic, a log P of 6.1, is insoluble in water, and has a low oral bioavailability. So here again, many years ago, we have ran the first study with CBD and transdermal in 2003. And here we have shown that by formulating a transdermal patch with CBD, we can show a very significant anti-inflammatory effect. Now, what I'm presenting today. Today I'm coming to present new invented technologies that are good and show cannabinoid efficiency. And we have designed the formulation and the systems for the major ways of administration, as you will see in the next slides. This formulation answering a need, every time another need, and they are both for ailments, but also for recreation purposes. So here are our 3 of the 5, in fact, cannabinoid new designed products and technology. One is the oral tongue. We call it oral tongue, and you'll hear about in the next slide. The nasal canasal and the dermal transdermal formulations. The oral tongue is a compact mass. You see how it's looking, and after administration, it maintains its form and releases the cannabinoid for a prolonged period of time. Here you can see we have tested the tank or the CBD tank by immersing 2 hours in the gastric fluid and 22 hours in the intestinal fluid. And you can see that for all 24 hours, the tank maintains its form and structure. We have tested analgesia with the CBD in the tank, administered 50 milligram per kilogram CBD to an animal model for pain. This is a very, very good model because we produce the pain by injecting the intraperitoneally acetic acid, and the animal develops rights, what we call, and by having abdominal pain. This is a systemic pain, in fact, and we measure the number of rights and calculate what we call the MPE, or the mean writing in the control, the mean maximum effect, which is obtained by reducing the rights from the treated group from the control group. So you can see here that we obtain a sustained analgesic effect for at least 10 hours, and is the last hour we have checked. And in fact, it is clear that this product or this technology enhanced the effect of the CBD for a prolonged time. A pharmacokinetic study in which we have compared the CBD Peros tank versus a formulation of CBD, which was a solution administered buccally. And you can see the difference in the concentration in plasma of the CBD from the tank versus the buccal solution. These are significant results, and in fact, have seen that by one-tailed man-Whitney test, that the P was less than 0.05. The relative bioavailability of around 250%. So what are the advantages? If you remember the plot, in fact, we have a quite immediate effect after half an hour, but a prolonged effect also, at least 10 hours for CBD and 12 hours for THC. No use of solvents. The manufacture procedures are quite regular, and no need of heat to be involved in the manufacture procedure. This was about the tank, the oral delivery of CBD. The next product we designed was a nasal CBD technology, which has two very important characteristics. One is a quick onset of action, and the second is that we can administer it at quite high doses of cannabinoids nasally, because we know the nasal has small volumes, so we cannot administer too many drugs because we need ingredients, not only the drug. And here, because of the formulation, we can administer it a quite important dose of the CBD. Now, we have carried out an experiment to check the delivery to brain of molecules from the formulation. And we carried this test by using ICG and in a formulation of CBD, the new formulation, Canasal, as we call it. And if you see here, which is very hard to see, is the untreated brain versus the Canasal nasal composition, which show an accumulation of the molecule in the brain cortex. Also, it was of our interest to test again the effect, the analgesic effect. And we have tested 5 minutes and 180 minutes, meaning 3 hours after the administration of the formulation, Canasal formulation containing 30 milligram per kilogram CBD for animal. And again, we measure the rights and the analgesia as the results of the treatment, meaning analgesia, the number of rights. Less rights you have, the analgesic effect is much better. So if the untreated control showed a mean of 27 rights, then for the 2 times tested, we have just 10 rights, meaning in fact a decrease in pain rights by 250%. And the PK with the same, using the Canasal product, we have measured in rat plasma, and you can see the difference between CBD Canasal and the CBD buccal solution. And it is quite clear that the absorption is much better, is rapid, and the relative bioavailability is more than 300 38. The advantages of canasal: quick concept of action. We can administer it at high doses, as I told you before, and can be used in a lot of ailments like pain, epilepsy, Parkinson, non-invasive treatment for brain ailments. Now, the dermal products, which I will not speak too much, can be designed as dermal, regional, transdermal products and could be applied as spray or gel dosage form. A test that CLSM study we carried out to see the delivery from one of these formulations using France diffusion cell and porcine skin. And you can see here clearly that the fluorescence intensity for the FITC, which was the molecule used in this study, was much, the intensity much higher for the cannabinoid product in our formulation than the buccal. Now, all those technologies are covered by IP protection. It is very important. It's good for us scientists to remember that when we have a product and a good discovery or advancement in technology, to cover it and to protect it. And yes, to have IP is challenging and there's a high cost way, but it's very important for innovative products. If we think that we like to see a product on the market used by or developed by big pharma, we need to have IP. And this, not every scientist is aware of this. And I recommend to see how you can really go, and if it's an innovative step, how you can cover it and have patents application for these technologies. Now we do this for each of them, and our novel products are answering needs. The tank oral is answering the need for prolonged and efficient action. The canasal, short onset of action. And the dermal, transdermal, they are efficient and aesthetic. For dermal, transdermal is also mainly dermal, is also to pay attention to how aesthetic is the product. Because people, if we need to use on the skin, if they are not aesthetic and even a good smell, they will be a very low compliance. So the aesthetics of the product in this case is very important. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Elka.